61 meteorologist Danielle Grant here in the 9 backyard. You know what? It was a pretty nice day around here. Another one in the 60s. We had a little bit of sunshine, and now those clouds are starting to push in, as well as the winds. They're going to be with us, unfortunately, all week long. Before we talk about that, let's take a quick little tour across the state, shall we? This is the web camera we have out there in Ridgeway, overlooking Ouray and the San Juans. Stunning, right? Nothing but blue skies down there, and of course, out there in Breckenridge, some of our central mountains in Summit County picking up just a couple of inches of fresh powder overnight. It was a good day to be up on the slopes. And downtown Denver from Cheeseman Park looking pretty good. Some blue skies in the far off distance after another day in the low 60s. About 62 out of the airport, a little warmer in Fort Collins and Greeley, 70s in Sterling, Burlington, and down to Lamar as well. It was mild up in the high country too, with 60s from Grand Junction over to Rifle as well. Right now out of the airport, we're at 61, mostly cloudy skies. The wind's not too bad around here. Out of the north-northeast at just 6 miles per hour, humidity around 16%. That's why we have high fire danger on our minds, and we will for the next couple of days before we really see a strong storm system push in here. Here in the 9 backyard, about 61 degrees. Like I said, that red flag warning will be in place at least for the next 40 minutes or so, primarily across the eastern plains. That's where we're seeing the worst of the winds for now. That all shifts as this next storm system starts to approach the state into tomorrow morning. You can see by 7 o'clock we'll be talking about wind gusts in the 40-mile-per-hour range for the Red Fiddle Lakes out there toward Estes Park. While it starts off quiet around the I-25 corridor, look what happens by the afternoon. You're driving home and that car is going to be whipping around with those westerly winds easily. We could be clocking those wind gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour range around here, 40 to 50-mile-per-hour speeds around the foothills. And that's just going to be the trend as we go toward Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, you get the point. Many storm systems will be making their way into Colorado for the next week or so, primarily hitting the high country. That really is going to be the focus for the next couple of days before we finally see one push into Denver by Thursday night into Friday, hopefully bringing us a little bit of snowfall around here. It has been far too long since we had a good dose of that winter weather. So there's that next storm system. It's waiting in the wings. This is about 5 o'clock tomorrow, and it's just still will be pushing into Colorado. I think late tomorrow night is when we're going to have the heaviest snowfall around the northern and central mountains. For now, we're just in this brief little lull before this next whopper starts to push in. You can see travel advisories extending from Northern California through Oregon, Washington, and across the Intermountain West as well. Winter storm warnings in place around the Salt Lake City area, Park City, and then even in our own backyard as well. We'll fire up the Futurecast, give you a good idea as how we're going to kick off this next work week. Tonight, it still looks pretty quiet around here. You know, we might have 1 or 2 isolated showers across the Palmer Divide within the next couple of hours, but I wouldn't count on too much. It should be mainly dry throughout the next couple of hours or so. 11 o'clock, still mix of those clouds out there. And then by tomorrow morning, some spots starting off with a little bit of sunshine, but those clouds will be increasing and thickening out west as this storm system approaches. 4:30, 5 o'clock, we'll be looking at snow for the northern and central mountains, perhaps just a little down there toward the San Juans. Can't completely rule you out, but I don't think you'll see quite as much as we will. And at this time, we might have just 1 or 2 of those little showers cross the I-25 corridor. Again, it's been so dry down here at the lower levels that I think if anything, we'll just have a little bit of virga. That means the rainfall is going to evaporate before it even makes its way down here to Denver. We do have winter storm warnings around the area, like I said, in parts of Wyoming, Utah, and even in the northern mountains, the Rocky Mountain National Park, out there toward Rabbit Ears Pass, up to about a foot of fresh powder going to be coming your way for the flat tops as well as the park, the Elkhead Mountains, Steamboat Springs picking up 8 to 16, 5 to 8 inches further around the Eisenhower Johnson Tunnels, Winter Park over to Breck, and then 4 to 8 for Vail, Aspen, Snowmass, and Crested Butte. And those will all continue through about Tuesday morning. Tonight, once again, another mild one. Soak it in. We stay in the 30s and low 40s for most of eastern Colorado, 20s up in the high country. Again, here in town, just look for the clouds. The winds, of course, are going to be kicking up from time to time, but I think the worst of it arrives tomorrow afternoon. And then, unfortunately, it just will not quit as we head toward the week. 60s, one more day of them. Enjoy. 70s from Yuma, Burlington, south towards Springfield, Pueblo. You're getting in on the action. 30s up in the mountains with another mild one in the Vail Valley. So 60s around the heart of the city. The storm system will be pushing in. That'll be cooling off the temperatures up in the mountains and out to the foothills, bringing them a little bit of a rain-snow mix. Around here, we'll be lucky if we see 1 or 2 little showers pass across the urban corridor, and then the winds crank up and we cool off. Tuesday and Wednesday back down to more seasonal kind of temperatures. And there it is, you guys. Thursday, and I really think Friday is going to be the day. So cool around here and a good shot at seeing some accumulating. So just as we say hello to spring, imagine that.
Well, it's not too often that Vicente does his rain dance, but I told him that he needed to get on it. I know he loves the sunshine, but it was time.
Well, you know, when I first moved here, everybody said, oh, you're going to be so cold in Denver, you know, coming from Miami and Texas. I'm like, hey, this is nice. They don't believe
don't worry.
It's coming.
Okay. It's coming.
Just you wait, my friend.
I'll dust off the coat and get it ready.
Yeah, and the snow boots. Have you picked up those yet?
I do have them. Big old
He's like, I don't know how to tie these up, but
You're
he's got them.
You're going to need them.
I haven't used them yet, but I'll have